Yeah, I don't know what people are talking about. Nightflower pollen farming still works, and there's no problems whatsoever. It is 100% deterministic even after the patch. So here's what you do. You go to base camp, and then you want to change it to fallow, evening, confirm. You want to check your item trades, because if we're farming Nightflower pollen, that's what it's for. So there we go, golden relic ticket right there. Boom, and if the support ship is here, you can also check that out. So now you want to save the game and quit. This is on version 1.0.5.0, so they haven't even put in like a 5.01 stealth nerf to Nightflower pollen after the 1.5 patch. It's just the game. So then you start game, and then you want to play in online single player mode, and when you start your game up for the first time, it's going to put you on a full moon. So now all you have to do is get in and wait. You can do whatever you need to do inside of camp, but at some point you do have to make it to the Nightflower pollen plant. I prefer the Area 4 mineral cave. It's safe, it doesn't change anything, and it also frees up a camping slot that you can put somewhere else. And then we want to head out to where the plant is. So from the mineral cave, you want to jump to these rocks, you want to head down this path kind of like straight and to the left, and then you go up these vines. Once you make it to the top of the vines, you need to jump off and glide. People are also confused about the gliding. When you jump off something with your sacred, there's actually a button that says like, oh, you can glide. There's base camp, there's the mining camp, and then like straight down to the south in this area, there's like a ledge, and that's where you can find it. Now my post-nerf guide pretty much assumed that everyone saw the original method in some capacity and was looking to see how badly it was changed or if it was still possible to farm Nightflower pollen. There's even people that did the method before the patch that were having problems post-patch when all you have to do is log out in the plains in evening, and I just do fallow season because I had weird times during, like, sometimes it just didn't spawn during plenty, other people said it spawned during plenty. I do fallow, and I've never had an issue to get the Nightflower pollen to spawn, and they just hang out here for a couple of minutes while it goes from evening to night. It seems like the patch made it to where, yeah, you can't get this to spawn inside of instances, but after, like, some kind of lockout time, so you can't just reset the game and then get infinite Nightflower pollen, it just spawns naturally because it's a part of the game. And this is a way you can make it always happen. And there it goes. It takes about 4 to 5 minutes to spawn, but it will spawn, and then you harvest the Nightflower pollen. Then you want to open your map and teleport to Area 9 or Area 10 camp. That's going to be to the east of base camp, and there's also another camping area down here. This one gets destroyed a lot, but our target location is the Ephemeral Blossom. And there we go, our second Nightflower pollen. And now we head back to camp, and we do it all again. Now the thing is, Nightflower pollen for the melding tickets is so busted that it's still a better method than farming. It's slower, and you have to do more work, but you still just get crazy amounts of resources, especially for the relics. If you're missing a couple of decos, that's another thing you want to go for. And then, yeah, we go rest, fallow evening, confirm, check nada for the trades, save, quit out the game, done. And that's something people were having a problem with, that to refresh the nada trades, you just rest, or you wait for like in-game time to pass, you go on a couple of hunts, you come back, and then the game naturally progresses. And there was also like a lot of people being weird about it, saying, oh, they must have nerfed like the melding tickets that you can get, because I don't see them anymore in the trades, or I'm getting different kinds of tickets. In my experience, it doesn't matter what time it is, what season it is, it's just going to be random, and the human brain cannot accept that sometimes. That by default, I was just going plenty morning, and then it seemed like I was only getting relic tickets, and then I did fallow for a bit, and then I was only getting melding tickets, but I just did fallow, and now I got a relic ticket again. It's random. That's what's going to happen, and you do need Hunter level 21 to actually see the tickets in the trade, so I guess that's like maybe the only thing people are having problems with. But there was also speculation that, oh, the melding tickets themselves are nerfed and they're appearing less in the trades, so they don't appear at all. No problem. Side benefit, you also get to farm from the material retrieval, which is really good for buffs, and people are having fun with like wide range and Mushroom Mancer builds, so this is another way of just kind of doing multiple things at once and getting all kinds of really good farming. Now, what if you start running out of guild points? Because that's another thing that they nerfed, even though it was actually a legitimate bug fix. So when we go to the Scarlet Forest, there's the hidden waterfall. So you go to Area 8, you go under the waterfall, and then there's a safe camp you can set up in the underground lake. And then there's just a fishing spot right there. So then you head over here, you equip your capture net, and then you wait for the fish to spawn. Now, you do want to be, like, a little patient, or you want to try to get as many as possible, because they do get scared off now, and that was the change. So, if you miss the net, or if you fish too close to other fish, they'll start to run away, and then you can lose them that way. But, as you can see, it's actually still really good. You can get multiple fish, you can get multiple catches, it's still worth hundreds of guild points. You head on over to this area, and you can also pick up the Wyvern token. Also, if you snag these pods, you can trade them for cooking ingredients, which is nice, and then Ancient Wyvern coin, and there's just tons of fish here. So they didn't nerf the amount of fish, they just kind of nerfed the harvesting. And if you're good enough, you can actually catch them as they're fleeing, because they kind of go down here. So if you spam it, and you're fast enough, and you don't miss like I did, you can still catch them as they're, like, submerging, and you might be able to just make it to where you get 90% of the fish compared to pre-patch. Now, traveling away from this area, such as to the plains and then back, will respawn the area and respawn the fish, but you can also go inside of your camp and spend a couple of the guild points. You want to do this while you're farming for the golden melding ticket trades, unless you're like, you just can't be bothered and you just want to stay next to Nada and try to get all the tickets. But if you want to optimize it, well, then you can do multiple things at once. You rest plenty during the morning, or at least fishing during the morning just seems to have more fish. That could be a random placebo effect, but I found it to be more consistent. And that's the same thing. You run over here, you see the fish spawn, you go for the catch, and then you just kind of get everything. Also, this is insane money making, that all those scales that you're getting sell for crazy amounts of money. So if you just farm this for a while, you have tons of guild points, and that one was running away. Did we get it? Yes, we got it out as it was running away. 3 platinum scales. Then we go over to this part, we pick up the coin. 30 of these, and that means you've got another relic ticket, and then just so many fish. So yeah, it was like, it was bugged and they weren't running away. Oh, can I do this? Ah, no, it seems like I was a little... Yeah, so like, there's a way to make that actually like more consistent. I got lucky a few times. They don't scare off all the fish, you catch a ton of fish, and then you're good to go right there. And then from here, you travel back to the Windward Plains, you go to base camp. So what this means is that per 1 rest, so for 300 guild points, you're checking trades, and then you're getting 2 fishing opportunities. So you're definitely going to be like very big oh wow, another relic ticket, let's go. And you're going to be very positive on the guild points. And then after resetting for enough days, supply ship comes back, you buy all of like your mega demon drugs and stuff, and then you're good to go. And then one thing that's a good practice is that when you're done for the day, just rest in fallow in the evening. And that means like the next time you log into the game, or like you turn on your game and you get in, as long as you're in the plains, you can just kind of head out to the Nightflower pollen after a few minutes, and then it'll be spawned as long as it's nighttime. So support ship has arrived, we got a lot of money, we got a lot of guild points, can check trades again. I just keep getting relic tickets, but I need relic tickets more than the orbs at this point. If we want to grab materials, we can, but you generally want to wait until like 12 plus, or else it's just a waste of time. And then we got all those bonus guild points. So I have my support ship set to medicinal items, again, like wide range, or just make it to where I never have to worry about crafting or overly gobbling all of my stuff. Maybe on the pills, you know, you don't get too many of the pills, even though I'm at 29 now. And then max potions, immunizers, these are pretty cheap on the guild points, and you can buy out the entire stock for like 1 reset. And because we're getting so much money from the scales, you don't have to buy the golden egg. 600 is actually a lot. Like when you see how much these things cost, like, oh, you can just buy out the shop or get a golden egg for practically nothing. That's a couple of resets. That's an extra fishing trip. It's not worth it. Yeah, and then we can see these sell for 1,000 and 2,000 each. So it's like, oh, that's a 50,000 right there, and that's another 36,000. That's a lot of crafts. That's a lot of whatever we want to do. And then we save and quit our game, and that's everything. So it's still a great farming route. So if you're going for guild point farming, if you're just kind of idling, because one thing I do is like, oh, I'm making food, or I'm just going to be like watching a video or not super involved in the game, I'm going to save and quit, and then I'm just going to head on over to Nightflower Pollen, pick up 2, and then I'll eventually use them or trade them or something, and that was just kind of free and just great resource gathering. So it still feels good, still feels nice, still better than any other method. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.